Do you remember in your 20s what your career expectations were for now? You expected to have the big corner office. You expected to have, the well-paid job, perhaps a big career in media. I wanted to be a radio star, even though I had a really bad stammer and stutter at the time. So, but then look what happened. We're now 50, we're now Gen X. We are now at a point where you are maybe burned out. You are working in a job that you don't enjoy. You are living a life that maybe you don't enjoy because of your career, because of the choices you've made or the career you've fallen into. And you're maybe worn out, you're stagnating, you're not making enough money. No one is, the economy's ruined. We are at a point where those dreams of our youth of being celebrities or important media moguls or well-paid executives are gone. And a lot of that isn't really your fault. A lot of that is down to the expectation of life. So if you look at it this way, so a lot of life falls in our lap. We didn't think when we were younger that we had this full responsibility of parenthood. We didn't think, we didn't know how much work went into that, And of course, with the economy changing the way it has, we all now have to work longer hours. We have to work worse jobs. We have to do, things that we don't want to do necessarily to make sure that we put food on the table. And again, this isn't necessarily your fault. We've had consecutive governments who have completely wrecked things for us, who have destroyed the economy, who have played roughshod with the back books. We had COVID, which pretty much destroyed, all of our jobs. A lot of jobs were lost. A lot of businesses collapsed. Certainly for my case, one of the companies I worked for back in the day was a paper factory, and they collapsed because COVID meant they had to shut their doors and they couldn't pay the bills anymore. So sadly for us, everyone got laid off. So we then had to find new sectors. I moved into a different sector for the whiskey sector. In fact, I was lucky to have a good job for a while. But again, COVID, the knock-on effect of COVID meant that there was overproduction of product and undersales of product, which meant the industry has dived, which left me redundant and looking for work again. So you're in that place where, you feel like a loss, you feel like a bit of a loser, you feel like you're a bit worthless. But here's what I think you should do, and here's what I'm trying to do as well, is that you focus on the positives. Okay, things are down right now, okay? Things aren't great, but you feel stuck in a rut. You feel like you can't get out of that rut. What you do is you refocus. Focus right now on what you think that conversation should be to get you into a place you need to be. It's not a big, huge change. You can't jump into a new job straight away. No one can. I can't. But what you can do is focus on retraining or having that conversation. I want you to go away and think about what that conversation is that you need to have with somebody, or what that training is you need to have with somebody else to get that job you need or you want, to bring that joy into your life. It's not about an immediate change. It's about small things to improve your situation going forward. For me, I am working on retraining as an HGV driver. I've always fancied that job. I like the idea of the solitary, long shifts. I like the idea of running along, long roads, quiet roads by myself. I'm quite happy in my own company. So I'm working towards that. So really, think about it this way. You're not taking a step forward. Sometimes a step sideways does exactly the same thing. Stay with what you have now. Work on small steps to change to a sideways roll, to work towards that step forward. See you in the next video.